Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. This is Ngozi's World. Today I'll be showing you guys how to cook a soup called atama. This soup is from the eastern part of Nigeria, to be precise, Calabar or Akwa Ibom. What you see on here is what's going to go into the pot, okay? So I'm just going to talk you through each ingredient. Right, on my left hand side here, I've got different kinds of meat, goat meat, I'll call them assorted meat, okay? On here, I've got stockfish, a little bit of stockfish. And here I've got snail, a little bit of snail, okay? That one is a snail. And I've got periwinkle. They call it periwinkle and also call it isam. Here is the dry fish, catfish dry one, very little quantity. I've got my oil here, salt to taste. And back to this one, they call it oporo, dry one here. Yeah, and I've got in this transparent plate here 2 Maggi cubes, right, 2 tablespoons of grounded crayfish dry, half a teaspoon of aromat, I like using that, and 1 teaspoon of achi. I prefer to achi because it makes it a little bit thick, okay? And on here, of course, the almighty atama. So as you can see here, atama, this one is the dry one, okay? But if it's back home, you can buy them straight away fresh and they cut it for you, right? But because I'll be using the dry one, I'm going to put a little bit of hot water just to, you know, make it a little bit soft before I put it in the soup, okay? So guys, all this here is what I will be using, right, to make atama soup. Sit back and watch me cook. So what will be going in first into the pot is all the ingredients I showed you, the rishi and meat and stuff that I showed you before. So that's the snail going in, the stockfish and the other meats, yeah, goat meat and the rest, okay? So after that, I'll put a little bit of water because you don't want it to burn. So I've got 200 liters for a start. And I'll also put the fish, the catfish I showed you earlier, okay? I'll drop that in as well. I'll put the Maggi, 2 cubes, the first and the second. And sorry guys, I forgot to mention earlier, pepper. We need pepper for this soup, okay? So I'm going to be adding that one as well. And the next thing is the oil, because you need to allow the oil to, you know, cook very well. Okay, so that's the oil. So you can add as much as you want, but remember, it shouldn't be too much, okay? So when making atama soup, I would advise that you use 4 or 5 spoons, you know, your normal cooking spoon, right? Use 4 or 5 of it, okay? So we're going to allow that to cook for few minutes. I'll add the salt. We'll add the salt, okay? So the salt is going to be 1 minute, guys. The salt is going to be that teaspoon too, okay? So that's the first one and the second one. So allow it to cook. You can see it's really boiling well. So what I am going to do next is to pour in the periwinkle, which is called the isam, which is this one. I'll pour it in so it will cook with others, okay, for that sauce to go in. And I'm going to be adding the crayfish, the big prawn, dried one, and also the aromats, okay? So all going in there, okay? Right, and the next thing I'll do is to stir them together. Stir it together and allow it to cook for, say, another 10 minutes, okay? Then I'll check for salt. It's been boiling for more than 10 minutes now. As you can see there, you see the oil is looking really good in there. So what I'll be doing next is to put in the atama leaves. Okay, so I'll be putting that in to the pot, yeah? Everything. Okay, And the next thing, bear with me guys, I'll put the achi, okay, stir a little bit, and allow it to cook for say another 5 minutes, and I will allow it to cook for another 5 minutes, and that will be it. I will allow it to cook for another 5 minutes, and that will be the soup done. Now, as you can see on this white plate is the outcome of my atama soup, served with pounded yam. Take a look. Take a look. Yum. 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 Thank you so much for watching. If this is the first time you're coming through my channel, please do hit on that notification button, so anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified.